Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back for Night Radiance to the channel. And today we have another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. And today we are working on a Lotus Esprit S1. We have a beautiful classic car on our hands right over here. So yeah, it's basically the car from the James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. So yeah, that is what we're gonna do. Try to replicate that beautiful car from the movie. But first, if you haven't checked out last episode, we made this beautiful car right over here. And if you haven't seen that episode, I would highly recommend checking that one out, because that is the most expensive Clio in the world, V6 Clio. So yeah, check it out. Anyway, let's go over towards the Lotus Esprit, because we have to fix James Bond his car. Now, I will see you in the workshop. So after a quick wash and interior detail, we finally have the shell ready to go to be repaired. Well, it is in a rough condition because he said to me like, hey, it is a wrecked vehicle because, yeah, a lot of missions and that kind of stuff. So now let's see, what do we have? We do have an engine that is very, very badly damaged. The shell is very bad, so let's strip this one down towards its bare shell and then repair the engine. The Esprit was launched in October of 1975 at the Paris Motor Show and entered production in June of 1976, replacing the Europa in the Lotus model lineup. These first cars became known as the Series 1 or S1 Esprits. The wedge-shaped fiberglass body was mounted on a steel backbone chassis. Power was from the 2-liter Lotus 907 4-cylinder engine that was rated at 160 horsepower in European markets and 140 horsepower in US and federal trim markets. The engine was mounted diagonally behind the passenger and drove the rear wheels through the Citroën C35 5-speed manual transmission gearbox, also used in the Citroën SM and the Maserati Merak. And there we have it, the fully stripped Esprit S1 in James Bond edition. Well, he told me to do a very specific weld job because it has to be bulletproof. So let's get the welder over here and let's see what we can do to this one, make it bulletproof. Ooh, it's gonna cost him a little bit of money. It's gonna cost him 1,500 bucks to basically do the bulletproof welding. So that is done right now. There we go. Put you back. And now let's go over towards the engine, because we do have the standard engine ready to go. But we definitely gonna upgrade it because he wants more power and get away from the bad guys. So let's see what we can do to this engine to modify it towards its maximum potential, and let's see if we can get away with all those bad guys behind him. So let's build the engine. The Lotus 907 is an inline-four automobile engine designed and manufactured by Lotus Cars. With a displacement of 1,973 cubic centimeters or 120.4 cubic inches, the engine is constructed entirely from aluminium alloy and features a dual overhead camshaft along with a 16-valve configuration. The engine produced approximately 144 brake horsepower or 107 kilowatts in most markets when equipped with the dual side draft Del Orto carburetors. For vehicles destined for the United States market, the engine used CNF Strongberg carburetors to meet stricter emission standards. The Lotus 907 was colloquially referred to as the torqueless wonder, due to its relatively low torque output at low engine speeds, contrasted with its strong high-end horsepower performance. The Lotus 907 was the first production variant of the Lotus 900 series engines. It was first installed in the Genesis Harley, making it the initial production car to feature the 907 engine. When Vauxhall unveiled its new slant-four engine at the 1967 Earl's Court Motor Show, the bore centers of the engine were identical to those produced by Lotus. Colin Chapman, founder of Lotus, negotiated the deal with the Vauxhall to produce their cast iron engine blocks. This arrangement allowed Lotus to accelerate the development of its own aluminium cylinder head, leading to the creation of the 907 engine. And there we have it, James Bond's fully customized engine for the Esprit. Now let's get this one over towards the car because we have to put this one in. Okay, oh, yep. It is heavy, but it's doable. Come on, oh, almost there. Don't smash it into the walls. Come on, Nitrate, you can do it. Ooh, almost there. Yes. Put it in the car. Yes, okay. Whew. It is in. The beautiful engine is in. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this engine. Beautiful. It is actually on its side, like a little 45-degree angle or 60-degree angle. Very, very awesome. Very compact. Now let's get over towards the rest of the car because, yeah, James Bond's one is as soon as possible. So we have to continue working. So let's get this one back together, shall we? Let's go. Front suspension consisted of upper A-arms and lower lateral links triangulated by the anti-roll bar. Rear suspension consisted of tapering box section trailing arms and lower lateral links. The half shafts had no provision for plunge and handle some of the lateral forces. There were coil cover shock absorbers and disc brakes at all four corners. Steering was by an unassisted rack and pinion. While the S1 Esprit was lauded for its handling, it was said to have the best steering of any Esprits. It was generally regarded as being underpowered, especially in the markets such as the United States, where the engine was stifled by emission controls. Lotus claims from acceleration from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds and a top speed of 222 kilometers an hour or 138 miles an hour may have been optimistic, as actual road test revealed a 0 to 60 miles an hour acceleration time of 8 seconds and a top speed of around 214 kilometers an hour or 133 miles an hour. The S1 Esprit was distinguished from its later Esprits by its snow shovel style front air dam, Fiat X1-9 source taillights, absence of body side ducting, and Wolf race alloy wheels. Inside the car, the S1 Esprit has a one-piece instrument cluster with a green-faced Vergela gauges. The S1 is rare in its present day, mostly due to drivetrain problems. And there we have it, the fully restored James Bond Esprit S1 Lotus. Wow, what a car. Beautiful, beautiful classic in my opinion. Now let's get it over very fast towards the paint shop.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived in the paint shop. Now let's see what kind of beautiful color we can give this one. Well, we gotta keep it simple because, yeah, it's for Mr. James Bond. So maybe a nice black or a nice silver. What is this? More metallic white. Do we have liveries? Yes, we do. We do have a green Lotus striping. We do have the yellow Lotus striping. We do have the double green. Okay. And we have the double yellows and we have none. So let's see, what do we have? The black, it looks very classy and very stealthy in my opinion. But let's see, can we do with like the single striping? Yeah, that looks cool actually. Yeah, I think you would like it. Let's do this one. That is a very beautiful, very stealthy, but also very classy. Yeah, love it, love it. Now we have a beautiful car on our hands. Now I will show you it outside and hear you the engine, and then we go for a little test drive, and then we're gonna deliver it towards James Bond, shall we? So I will see you when we go towards the test track. So we have arrived at the dyno because we have to dyno this one. Otherwise we don't make a lot of power. So let's see what this beautiful car can do. Now, do we want to proceed? Yes, I want to proceed. So the standard engine makes 179 horsepower at 6,450 RPM and the standard factory power of 240 Nm of torque at 5,285 RPM. Now let's see how fast this one can go, because Mostly we build cars close to 1000 horsepower, but this one will definitely not hit the number because we do have an inline-four instead of a V8 or a V12. So yes, we do have a respectable number in my opinion. We do have 276 horsepower at 6575 RPM. That's an increase of 97 horsepower at a factory increase of 54%. That's a very nice number in my opinion. And we do make a nice factory power or extra power of 360 newton meters of torque at 5510 RPM. That's an increase of 102 newton meters of torque at a factory power increase of 48%. Well, that is a very nice number for this car because it is a very old car and a very small engine. Now let's see if we can get this one up to speed at the speed test.
The next day.
So here we are with our fully tuned beautiful Esprit S1 James Bond edition. Now let's see how fast this one can go, and come on, there we go. Okay, it's not as fast as I thought it was, but I also added a extra gear, so it should go close to 300 kilometers an hour. For an inline-four engine, that is very, very quick in my opinion. Maybe there are modern day cars that are way quicker than that with an inline-four engine, but this one is from 1978 or something. It is a very old car, so we have a little bit of respect towards this car. There we go. We are nice in our sixth gear. Very beautiful. 245 kilometers an hour. Very beautiful. And there we are at the end at 250 kilometers an hour on the dot. That's a very respectable speed for this car in my opinion. Although this car was very fast back in its day, it is currently faster in the game. But let's see how it handles. Okay, it is a little bit slippery, but it handles very nicely actually for the car. Yes, I'm just full throttle and steering it in towards the corners very hardly. No handbrake turns. So yeah, this car handles very steadily. So now I know why James Bond wants this car to have in his arsenal. Well, let's go back towards the garage for the final results because James Bond wanted it very, very quickly. So we are here at the garage, back at it again. Now let's see what are the numbers of this beautiful car. Well, we do have a fully 100% car, very nice to see. And it's a 1975 actually, so that's a very old car. We do have a very beautiful engine installed with producing 276 horsepower and 360 newton meters of torque. And we tuned the engine to a 53.95% increase. That is very beautiful for this engine. Do we have all the parts? Yes, we do, because otherwise we cannot hit the 100% at the parts section right over here. So that is good to see. Well, the main question is how much does James Bond has to pay of his salary to get this car? And the answer is okay, that is a very beautiful number for us, not for him. So he has to pay 101,004. Unfortunately not 007, but hey, it is what it is. That would be awesome if that was the case. But we can make a solid profit of 95,254 credits. That's a very respectable number. And I'm very pleased to get that for this car. Well, should we sell it towards James Bond? I don't want to sell it, but he has to get it back on the missions. So let's go right and do the selling part. In 3, 2, 1. And the car is sold towards James Bond. And he was very pleased with the car. So, well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you all so much for watching. And like, subscribe if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. And if you have any tips, tricks, or just something you want to say about the video, let me know in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated. And I will see you in the next video next Sunday. And I wish you a very nice day. Peace out, everybody.